we really weren't prepared for our parents to be living this long. Our parents weren't prepared to be living this long. Financially, it's tough. It's why whenever they talk about this is the greatest economy ever, they always do that. Every bunch of years, either Democrats or Republicans have, oh boy, they start blowing their own horn. The only people who ever talked about the fact that it's really a good economy, the only people who ever say it's a great economy are either politicians or rich people. They're the only ones who say it. Did you ever hear somebody from the middle class go, fuck, whew, I couldn't be happier. This is really turning out great. My 401k just had a 401k. It's bullshit. And it's bullshit because we're not prepared for things. It doesn't matter. We don't prepare for things. We weren't prepared for what just happened. We put officials in place, and what do? And meanwhile, before that shit even hit the fan, my parents had no clue that they would live as long as they were living. And the only reason they were living as long as they lived was because I was able to get them 24/7 care. And I was able to get them 24/7 care because I've been able to dupe you fuckers into seeing me. And so for those of you tonight who may have stumbled in here by accident and are going, well, I made a big fucking mistake. I just want you to know, you may not enjoy the show, but because of you, my mother will live another day. But none of us were prepared for this. None of us. Your parents weren't prepared because they put a certain amount of money aside. Your parents weren't prepared because when they were younger, people had the common courtesy to die at 65. Yes, they did. They would sing happy birthday, and then the fucker would go, I'm doing this for you, and then they'd drop dead right in the cake. But the parents didn't put away enough money. They didn't, because they didn't expect them. They put aside the money they thought they would need until they passed away, and they kept going. And so now the children who put money aside for themselves have to take out of that fund and put it toward their parents, which they should. And now who's gonna help who's gonna help you out, huh? Who's gonna help you out? The kid who's still living in the basement? Greatest economy ever, good luck with that. No, it's unbelievable. I tried to prepare for it. Before even assisted living was a notion for my parents, I found a place in New York, and one of the places I knew I'd live there that it would be where I'd live in New York City, and I would stay there. And so one of the reasons I liked it was a block away from an assisted living place, and I wanted to take my parents there. My mother went with me. I took her. It was a great place. I said, what did you think? She said, if we lived this close to each other, within 3 days, one of us would be dead. And since I don't think anything's gonna kill me, I think it's gonna be you. Many people say, I hear this from time to time, many people have a frontier mentality, even though we don't live on the frontier. And they think that if your parents can't live at home or can't have assisted living, that they should live with you, the children. And whenever anybody tells me that, I usually go, you don't have my fucking mother! Why don't you just try to spend 4 hours with her, you fuck? I'll give you $10,000 if you make it for 20 minutes. Because I can guarantee after 10, you'll be going, look, can you get me a flight to North Korea? Because my mother's gonna break you, you piece of shit. My parents moved into the assisted living situation when they were 83. They moved in with a whole group of people who'd never been in assisted living, in a place, a brand new place. It was the first time, it was just opening. It was a lucky break. Finding a great place for your parents to stay is a lucky break. Everybody knows that. We got very lucky. But my mother basically investigated the thing like she was a judge at the Nuremberg trials. So it worked out great. And then they moved in and they outlived everybody by like a fucking mile. And then they brought in new contestants. And my parents outlived them. As a matter of fact, every so often after they'd dinner, they'd get up and go, "Bring it on!" I called up the assisted living place and said, looks like my parents won the contest. They said it wasn't a contest. I said, fuck you, this was the real Survivor. My mother is quite honestly this tall. I'm a little worried. She may not die and she may just disappear. But one thing that might save you money, one thing I've been able to do is I've moved her into a terrarium. She's happy there, but she thinks that the tortoise is Mitch McConnell. Hey, listen, here's something simple. If you like the video, press like and subscribe to the channel, and you'll be seeing all sorts of content. Content like this or this, or there's supposed to be some videos here, and that's what they told me, but I don't see anything. I hope you do.